Hello and welcome all of you to Adobe DITAWORLD 2024. My name is Vivek Kumar. I'm the Senior Director of Products at Adobe. I am responsible for strategy, roadmap, and engineering for technical communication, e-learning, and Cold Fusion products. This January, I completed 21 years at Adobe. It has been an exciting and fascinating journey building products, features for our customers and for real-world use cases. Let me start by asking a question. When did Adobe DITAWORLD start? I'll give you a few seconds. Yes, it started in 2016. So this is the 9th edition of Adobe DITAWORLD. So once again, welcome all of you to this virtual conference. It is a no-brainer that AI or the Gen AI in particular is the most talked about term. Everybody is anxious and anticipating how it is going to impact us. Also, how to stay ahead of the curve and make the most of it. Less than 2 years back, ChatGPT came and it has changed the world. Since then, world seems a very different place. Everybody has mastered the terms like LLM, foundation models, GPT 3.5, 4, 4.0 now. Even we are talking about SLMs now, small language model, which can run on devices like your desktop or your mobile phone or any other smaller devices. Generated images and videos are becoming more mainstream. At times, it is hard to tell the difference, whether it is the real one or the generated one. Most of the tech giants are building their own models. Some of them are listed here, but this is not all. So the list is much longer. A lot more people are and companies are involved in building models. Rest of the organizations are in a fear and don't want to miss out. They are in a frenzy of their own and figuring out whether to build the model or leverage existing one, how much to invest in AI, how to price the AI features if they are a software company, how the workforce will be impacted, how the workplace will be impacted, and so on. We forget that everything else remains as important. We will cover many other relevant topics in this conference. Some of them are listed here. The first one is work project and process management. Adobe Workfront is an excellent tool to manage your work and your workflows. So we'll talk about that and also show you how well it is integrated with AM guides to achieve your work. We'll also talk about content creation, productivity, and efficiency. AI is going to impact this particular area profoundly. So we'll touch upon that as well, right, while we talk about other things. Your information or your content can live on different systems, disconnected systems. We'll talk about how you can easily bring them onto a single system and then achieve your workflows like publishing. There are many aspects which are as relevant as ever, like improving content velocity, omni-channel publishing, lowering costs. So we'll talk about them as well. My son is in college doing engineering. He's at home right now for his summer vacation. Few days back, he was on his laptop. I asked him, what is he doing? He said he is asking ChatGPT for a name. He formed a group of fellow students and he was entering a competition and he had to find a name for his team. And he was interacting with ChatGPT and then trying to come up with a name. Most of the time, if he has to learn some new concept, his go-to channel is YouTube. He tries to first find a video there and go through that before he looks at other places. So you can see that next generation is already consuming content in a very different way. Very recently, we concluded election in India. Video or YouTube was the main source of content consumption and for influence. The political parties were generating tons of videos. Many of them were AI generated to influence the voters. Sometime back, I was watching Google CEO Sundar Pichai's interview. He was asked the same question, what is there on the screen? He said he is seeing a trend where people search on ChatGPT and other AI platforms and come to Google to verify the response. As per him, search still remains the most authentic source of information. It is interesting to know the core technology of ChatGPT, the last T, which stands for transformer, came from Google. It will be ironical that if Google search gets disrupted because of that. So only time will tell where search ends up. What you're seeing on the screen is Google search result. So I believe 7, 8 years back, Google changed the format. It started showing a snippet at the top, which seems like an answer. And then it shows you related questions which people ask, and then rest of the traditional search results after that. But what you're seeing as the answer to your query is still a verbatim of a source which Google thinks is the most relevant. We asked the same thing to GPT-4o, and this is the answer which is there on the screen. So you can see that the answer is more consolidated in a comprehensive manner, and it certainly seems more powerful. As per GPT-4o, search in future is going to have more contextual understanding so that the result is more relevant. It will become more conversational so you can interact with the search systems. Voice and visual search will evolve and become more mainstream. But what you're seeing is not written anywhere. Like humans, AI engines are understanding, building knowledge, and then it is producing content in a synthesized manner, which is not there at any place. So, and that is where the danger lies. How much to believe or not to believe what AI system is saying. At times, the same problem is there with humans too. So how will the content be consumed in the future? YouTube or video is one clear trend we talked about. What about the rest? What you're seeing is a screenshot of Acrobat. A document is open, and Acrobat very recently launched AI Assistant, which helps you interact with the document. Will we stop reading long documents? Probably not. But AI can help us decide more quickly whether a document is worth reading and help us get a quick overview of the content in the document. At the same time, they are changing the way we interact with content. AI Assistant will become a bridge and a translator between the content and the consumer of the content. They can also help us understand content that is outside our area of expertise. The AI systems will have a LLM running behind that. So their context is the context of the world. It is much beyond the document. So something you don't understand in the document, it can still help you understand the concept and it can still answer that. It has both sides of it. At times you may want it to be just limited to the document. At times you may want it to just go and give you the responses beyond as well. So jury is still out. How will the help content be consumed in the future? One thing is for sure, the way we would want to get answers is going to change. Because you can see that how rapidly our behavior or the content consumption pattern is changing. So instead of browsing vast amount of information or information repository like an online help, we'll want to get contextual assistant and conversational help when needed. Search has been helpful in that, but even search will go and get disrupted. People are looking things beyond search now because of the changing pattern. So it is going to impact our UA as well, which is the user assistance as well. So this is one area where a lot is happening with Copilot innovations. A lot of companies who build content creation tools, they're already delving into providing Copilot capabilities, which helps speed up the content creation, which improves your efficiency and velocity of content creation. So we'll talk about how AI is going to affect your or influence or help you in creating structured content. So Vishab Gupta from Adobe has a session later today. So he is going to talk about this. Apart from Vishab, AcroLink's session is also there today around this particular topic, where they will cover improving your existing content. So the previous one was about your structured content creation. This is about improving your existing content using AI. But what about humans? What is going to happen? So the content production is still needed. You need to describe your product, provide details of new features and capabilities. AI system will not know on their own. AI will definitely help speed up the content production process. But there is a risk of synthetic content. Synthetic content is the one which is generated by AI systems. So imagine a world where AI is consuming content, AI is generating content. It seems scary. But only time will tell how things pan out. But it definitely seems scary to me and whatever I have read and seen. Like any new technology, buzz comes much earlier than adoption and mainstream uses. 5 or 10 years down the line, world will be very different. If we look back then, a lot of innovations happening today might not be there or will stabilize in a different way. What I'm trying to say is it is just a beginning. How things end up or how things will stabilize is going to be very different. Next session is a keynote from Chad, who has an interesting story to tell. After that, we have two rockstar presenters who look like twins, but they are not. We'll have Bernard from CCMS Kickstart and Sebastian from Mayo Clinic presenting that. There are many other interesting sessions lined up over next 3 days. Thank you all for joining the sessions and for your attention. We appreciate your time. We'll be sharing the contact details, so stay in touch. Wish you a great conference. Thank you.